across the country, you can actually see it. For example, okay, heading downstairs. Here in New York City, CNN shares offices with its parent company, Warner Brothers Discovery, which is one of the strikers' biggest targets. So anyone who comes near the building is going to hear about it. Just walked outside, and I can see the strikers right across the street. Every weekday, rain or shine, SAG-AFTRA, which is the main actors union, has been on the picket line with their signs and matching t-shirts, making their voices heard. The Writers Guild has organized similar events across the city. Now, these strikes have ground Hollywood to a halt, but I think it's important to note the vast majority of these union members are not the super famous A-listers you might be thinking of. And they say the core ideas behind what they're striking for can apply just about anywhere. My guest this week is CNN business and politics correspondent Vanessa Yurkevich. We're going to talk about why this so-called hot labor summer goes well beyond Hollywood and why union workers feel they have more leverage than ever. From CNN, this is One Thing. I'm David Rind. Vanessa, it seems like I can't go a few days without hearing about a strike or some kind of labor action. What's going on here?
It's definitely the summer of strikes or the summer of almost strikes.
Almost, right?
Almost.
Right. So can you walk me through some of the biggest ones that have gone all the way to a strike? Like the writers and actors are still on strike in Hollywood, right?
Exactly. So the one that came first was the writers' strike in May. And tell me, why are you out here today?
We're out here to fight for the sustainability of a profession that literally generates billions of dollars annually.
I was out in front of the Ed Sullivan Theater when that went down.
There's writers who have worked on successful shows and then are having to drive Ubers in the meantime waiting for the next gig.
But we're at about 100 days and counting now. So we've surpassed the strike that happened in 2007, 2008, and we are creeping towards hitting a record, which was in 1988. That strike went on for 154 days. So
Wow.
The writers now have been on strike for over 100 days, and no signs of the two sides getting back together to come to an agreement. And it was a really interesting time because you had the writers, the directors, and actors all negotiating at the same time. The directors were able to come to an agreement with the studios. The actors did not.
If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble.
And they went on strike in July. So now you have the writers on strike, the actors on strike, and they're both really asking for the same thing.
You share the wealth because you cannot exist without us. Thank you.
Yeah, what are the demands?
They want better residuals around streaming because everything is on an app, and they want to know how many people are watching, and they want to make sure that they're compensated for it. Also, both the writers and the actors want better regulation around artificial intelligence. They don't want a computer writing their scripts, and they don't want a computer creating stand-in actors. That's been a big fight for both parties, and both sides, the studios and the writers and the actors, seem pretty far apart right now on those two sticking